We have traveled all over Kenya to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the help they need to improve their farms,
Get better yields.
and build profitable businesses.
We will see how farmers from across the region can benefit from our experts' advice.
While also learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences as they shape up their shambas.
Karibu to the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Hey, Tony, wait! Hey! Tony, I can see you throwing it back to your youth.
Yes, Carol, this is one thing I never got to do.
So what were you doing in your 20s?
Oh, partying, disco all the time.
What?
It
Tony,
was-
you're not even thinking about farming.
Nope.
Come on, Tony. There are people in this world who are hardworking and focused, just like the people you're about to meet. Look, return this bike where you took it from and follow me quickly, okay?
And welcome to Shamba
Shape Up. Follow me quickly, quickly, quickly. Come.
This week we are in Karurumo Embu County, best known for macadamia, tea and coffee. But this is also Mango County.
And we are visiting Alvan and Purity Njeru, teachers by profession, and their sons Lewis and Dennis on their 15-acre farm. This is a family-run shamba. Each and everyone has a role, but some more than the others.
Hey,
Hey!
Dennis.
Karibu sana.
How are you?
Dennis, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, thank
How are
you. Thank
you?
you so much.
Hello, Purity.
You're good?
Yes.
Wow.
How is this place?
It is nice.
It's lovely.
Mzee Alvan,
Yes, please.
we are in your home.
We inherited this farm. Yeah,
From your parents.
from the parents.
So what kind of farming do you practice here?
We practice, is it called a mixed farming? Yes.
Everything is in
Everything is in here.
here. Which is your favorite crop?
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
Yes.
Awesome. How are your mangoes doing?
They do quite well.
Yes.
Yes.
Any problems so far with the mangoes?
So many problems.
Okay, we'll come to that.
Come to that, and
I know there's a
remember,
list.
Yeah.
Tony loves mangoes.
Yes.
Be very careful.
Each one of you assists in the shamba.
Yeah.
So who is in charge of the shamba mostly?
My elder brother is in
Where is he?
Yeah,
There you are.
Dennis.
This is the main guy.
So Dennis, talk to us.
I would say karibuni sana.
Thank you.
So you're the one in charge of everything here.
Yeah.
In case of anything, you're the person who can ask anything about the shamba here. How has the experience been for you?
It is a good experience in the shamba because you find the way the mango tree grows, it is not the way the cow grows. It is not the way the chick grows. So you find a big experience in the shamba.
And like you are saying, I'm sure in your farming day to day, you have challenges, don't you?
So many of them.
So many challenges. If we start listing them, I'm sure we cannot finish them. But fear not, because we are here and we've come with...
When you see the Shamba Shape Up team here, just know that experts are here to give you advice and to guide you on your daily running of your shamba. All right? And so we need to pitch our tent so that we can begin working. But I know we'll be seeing each of you later. Is that all right? Okay.
So we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, Tony, are you ready for today's Shape Up?
Of course I am, Caro.
We have an expert on how to prevent pests and diseases on mangoes.
And we have a truck that would help them get their mangoes to the market and sell them for a better price.
But first, I'm going to see to the mangoes.
And I'm going to see if that truck can be a solution to some of their problems.
Later.
Later.
The Njerus have planted approximately 800 mango trees since 1996. They have several varieties like Kent, Tommy, and Apple. But pests are a big challenge. No surprise there. For our expert Charles Murage of TechnoServe, the key to a good harvest is first and foremost field hygiene, meaning collecting all the fallen fruits from under the trees.
When this small fruit falls, if you look at it, it has some fresh inside it.
Yeah.
It is freshy. So it has some sugars. So what happens is that one of the pests called the fruit fly, it gets a very good opportunity for it to start reproduction. So they come and pierce these fallen mangoes. When they are already fallen, they have started to rot. And when we talk about the life cycle of that pest, when an egg is laid inside here, it takes 2 to 4 days for it to hatch. When it hatches, it takes about 14 days. At that time, it is in larvae. Because it is already on the soil, that larvae moves from the fruit and it goes to the soil. And it stays for another 14 to 15 days. And then it comes out as a fly. The one you usually see them piercing our mangoes. So if these fruits are not corrected, it becomes a very good nursery for us to start multiplying this pest. And that is why it is very important we start controlling them as early as now. What we do is we need to collect the fruits that have fallen down. We go and dig a hole, make sure at least it's about 1.5 to 2 meters. Then you put them down there. If you have a black polythene, you put on top so that those pests can die there. And of course, it's very important that you put the trap so that you can be able to trap any of those fruit flies that are loitering around. You can be able to kill them. Now you'll be able to reduce the population that you would have for your mangoes as the season goes by. Yes.
And how do the traps work?
What we have is what we call the biological traps. We have a product here called Bacterorua. You feel there is a small sort of a tablet inside there. It's a substance that has been put some pheromone. Those pheromones usually attract the males. So the males think it's a partner to mate. But it is also laced with what we call an insecticide. We usually put that in this type of container so that the male fruit flies passes through here. So the moment it touches that substance, it is killed and it falls into the container and you can be able to see that. For this, we usually recommend you put one trap for every 15 trees because that is the area that pheromone can be able to cover.
How early should we start putting the traps?
The best time to put the traps is immediately when you start seeing the very small fruits being formed. Because the moment any of those start falling, like what we have here, that is when we start creating a very good environment for the fruit flies to start multiplying. So sometimes the biggest problem we have is when the farmers come, almost when the fruits are ripe. That's when they put. So that means we have a very high population of those pests. So even if you try, you still find they are there. But the earlier we start, the better, because we are going to kill a lot of that population. Yes.
The market is one of the biggest challenge for our farmers. The competition is very high and their mangoes are not so profitable anymore. But Mr. Murage has solutions there too.
For us in Embu, when you look at our markets, is that we have an advantage of us having either Kent or Kate. Those fruits come very late in the season. That time we don't have any other mango in Kenya. So that means you can have a good market. And the other advantage is that we also have some buyers from the region, Uganda and Tanzania, who really want to come and collect our Kate in the farms. The farmer has also some apple mangoes. The apple mangoes in Embu is a big challenge to grow. And even if you grow that, it may not be able to compare with what we have in Makueni. So you do so much, you get so little. But the Makueni person may not do as much. So we better let us work with what is known for. Embu, we are known for Kent. But we still struggle to put other fruits here that make us not get the money we need. Let us be strong in what we are known.
Wow, Mr. Murage.
Yes.
You're learning so much.
Hey,
Who's here?
Carol.
Tony.
Good.
You're right on time.
How is it going?
So far,
Yeah,
so good. Yes.
Yeah, you told us you love mangoes so much.
Yes.
That's why we are focusing on mangoes a lot. And we're not yet
Correct.
done.
Yes.
There's still a lot to be done. There's another
Yes.
expert waiting for us. Carol, let me take the farmers and then we'll see you later.
All right. See you later.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy yourselves.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe we could try hanging one of those traps.
Too much competition. Brokers controlling the mango market. Our farmers have many challenges. But maybe we can tackle the problem from another angle. Beat the brokers at their own game and reach the market sooner with bigger and better transport. The Njeru family and their relative Mr. Kathiomi are all ears.
Yes. How does this look, farmers?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah?
Thank you. Very nice.
So, Mr. Keter, what have you brought for us today?
We have brought you the latest kid on the block, that is the FI 1217. It is a model that is tailored to meet the needs that were initially expressed by the customers. For starters, this truck has a bigger cabin. The tires are bigger. When you have a bigger tire, it means you can carry more load. We also have the latest engine on this vehicle. It is a 4-cylinder turbo engine that saves the customer with fuel, because again, we have noticed that fuel is becoming a major factor in transport at the moment. We also have a longer chassis, meaning that you don't need to do any modification. So this is a truck that meets all the needs of the customer. Yes.
So what is the tonnage? What's the capacity? What can it carry? How much?
I can answer that in two, because we have the legal requirements and also what the manufacturer expects us to carry. Yes. So this is a 12-ton gross vehicle, meaning the overall weight of the vehicle is 12 ton. The truck itself is 5 ton, meaning that you can actually play around with 7 tons comfortably. But when you go now to the legal, you can actually comfortably do 12 tons with this truck. Yes.
How does 12 tons sound, farmers? Does it sound good?
Sounds good.
And how does the vehicle look when you look at it from here?
It looks wonderful.
It looks beautiful too. And very powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure there are questions. I'll leave this now to the farmers.
You know, as an individual farmer, I may not be able to maybe purchase this vehicle.
Okay.
What guideline can you give to those who want now to come together and buy the similar kind of a vehicle?
What I can assure you is that as Simba Corp, we have partnered with various finance institutions. Yes. They are able to finance you up to 95%. They are also able to give you finance up to 60 months. That is 5 years. Yeah. Meaning that the repayment is very friendly for you. Yes.
So as a group, we can
as a group, you can come together. All you need to do is give us statements for 6 months as a group. Also, you need to tell us that as a group you met and discussed about the purchase of the truck, and you bring a minute of that meeting together with a PIN, because we also believe that the group is registered. Yes. The PIN, we take it to the bank, they assess, and you are ready to own a truck.
Thank you.
I am interested in knowing whether you have a service dealer nearby, not in Nairobi, around Embu there, because if it breaks down here, we need someone to take care of it as soon as possible.
We have a wide range of dealers currently in the country, and we have a dealer in Meru, we have a dealer also in Embu, and our parts are available. And I also want to mention that we have recently introduced what we are calling mobile workshops, meaning we are just a call away.
Does the vehicle have a music system which the driver can keep himself busy?
Entertained.
Definitely, yes.
But I'm sure Levis would remove everything behind and put a big speaker.
No, the goods will be left out there.
The goods will be left out. Yeah. Put a huge speaker. Yeah. You come home. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Keter.
Thank you too.
There you are, Caro.
Yes, Tony?
How is it going?
Excellent. And yours?
Thank you. Good, going on so well. And there's still more to come right after the break.
Welcome back
to Shamba Shepherd.
Today we are in Embu County and we are visiting the Njerus.
And you're about to meet Dennis, who is usually taking care of the Shamba. And here he is.
Dennis,
where have you been?
That was a stunt. You know, Tony has always wanted to do what you were doing.
I'm still fascinated by it.
What do you want to learn?
How do you manage to do that?
It's just the normal basics of riding a bike.
Normal physics of riding a bike.
You should teach someone here.
Yeah, you should. Now tell me.
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated on how a young man like you
has
decided to engage into farming so much with a lot of passion. What is it that you're doing differently from young guys your age?
You see, when you go to farming, you start doing your own farming business.
Yes.
You make it a business like an office. So when it's an office, you can make an office anywhere. So this is my office. Although I have other things, but farming is my backbone.
Good.
Keep it up. Keep it up. We see you in the Shamba.
See you around.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
There you are, Caro. Yes, today we are in Embu County and we are visiting the Njerus. And you're about to meet Dennis, who is usually taking care of the Shamba. And here he is.
Dennis has farming in his blood. He has learned it from his parents and grandparents. Now, he has ventured into tomatoes and has 2 greenhouses. He just doesn't want to rely on mangoes only.
I found that in tomatoes, you get pressure in it. You see it grow. And you find that it is easy to grow tomatoes in this region.
Why the greenhouse? Why?
With the greenhouse, you get quality fruits from the greenhouse.
All right.
And they come out within a very short time. The greenhouse can manage itself. Most of the time I'm not in the greenhouse because in watering I use the drip lines. I have more time for the outside farming than in the greenhouse. Second, you find in the greenhouse you get a lot of yields for a very short time, so it's quite profitable. But you find that when a disease attacks, it attacks everything.
So, Mugambi, you've done your inspection. Sure. As an expert, what would you say?
Okay, I would say he has really tried, even though there are some things that he needs to correct here and there. Yeah. Like you noticed while we were entering, he didn't have a footbath, yes, which he needs to construct one. The footpath mainly is for putting a disinfectant so that as people walk in, they disinfect your feet so that you don't come with the pathogens into the greenhouse. That's mainly the purpose. Right. Then on the issue of weed control, you can see from the signs, you can see weeds. They mostly harbor the pest, so it's good for him to do regular weeding. Then as we were walking around, we've seen some tuta absoluta. We've also seen some dwarfness. Yeah. Some crops are stunted.
Yeah, they look short.
Yeah, they look shorter than the others. Yet they were transplanted the same day. Yeah. Could be a sign of nematodes. And then some plants have already started wilting. So I think we need to take care of those 3 challenges.
What or how would you help our farmer?
For weeding, that is he has to do it regularly. That one is part of the management. For the nematodes, I would recommend that we use bionematode, which is an organic product. Normally we do drenching. Drenching is spraying on the soil, at the root surface, so that it can be able to kill the nematodes.
What are nematodes? What are they?
Basically, nematodes are parasitic organisms which we cannot see with our naked eyes. You may need to use a microscope, but you are able to see the signs of the affected plants. That's why I said the general stunting. You see some plants are shorter than others. Then you see the color. You find that they start turning yellow as a sign of nutrient deficiency, and then ultimately the yields are reduced. And to make it worse, you find that due to the injury caused by the nematodes, you now start seeing some pathogens getting in, and you start getting cases of like bacteria wilt, fusarium wilt. So nematodes are a big challenge, and we need to control them in time.
For example, I apply the bionematode today. After how long will I keep maintaining that practice?
When you use bionematode, we recommend you do it immediately after transplanting, and then you repeat after a month, 30 days after the last application.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the ratios of application?
The ratio of application is 100 ml of bionematode put in 20 liters of water, then you come drenching. When you're drenching, you must make sure that the soil is moist. So you don't do it on dry soil. You first wet your soil, then you come and drench. Spray on the root area of the base of the plant. Mainly the soil, not the leaves. So because the nematodes are in the soil. Yeah. Also, as I was walking around, I noticed that some plants are wilting. The farmer has already watered the crops, but you still find the plants are sort of drying or withering. And it's not because there is no water. It's a disease called bacteria wilt. As you know, bacteria diseases do not have a cure. We have a product called Enrich. This is like an immune booster to the plants. Once you use it in the plant develops some immunity against the disease, so it's able to fight the disease. And we need to do it as a prevention measure, as in you start early before the disease builds up. And you need to repeat every 10 to 14 days. And this one you can mix with other fungicides as you do the spraying. You can also equally do the foliar spray, spraying on the leaves, or do drenching at a rate of 20 grams in 20 liters. Yeah. And also something I could also add on is, Dennis, try to avoid the injury of the roots as you do the staking.
So basically, Dennis, good management. Number 2, good management. 3, good management.
Yeah, sure.
All right? Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much.
The Njerus have a calf and a heifer and a bull. Dennis, who is in charge of the farm, takes care of them. But Dennis seems to have challenges. They are not as healthy as he would like them to be. Is he doing everything right? Let's hear what Dr. Muturi, our expert from Coopers, has to say about it.
Looking at these 2 cows, which Dennis hopes to be getting lots of milk from in the near future, what are your comments?
To be very sincere, I'm not very impressed, especially with the calf here. I think the growth rate has been very low. I don't know, how many months is the calf?
I think I was told it was about 7 months when I got it.
Yeah.
And I've kept it for 2 months.
Okay, it's about 9 months.
Yeah.
So you look at that calf and the body structure and even the weight, it's actually underweight.
Yeah.
And to be very sincere, it might not be a very good start to have a dairy cow from this one, because it's already stunted. The growth is already stunted. As it is now, you also have some challenges to do with also worms, I guess.
Yeah.
When the last time did you deworm?
This one is not dewormed.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for the next deworming after 2 months, 3 months.
Okay.
And how about this one?
Well, not impressed too. I'm seeing the haircut is a bit rough, and I don't know how many months Dennis is.
This one is around 14 months.
14 months, eh?
Yeah.
Has it shown any heat signs so far?
Not yet, but I think last month I had seen some heat signs, but I was not quite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we also have some challenges in terms of supplementation, the nutrients,
Yes.
and also the deworming too.
Now, is there anything he can do to improve on them, or this is he might as well forget the whole business?
No, he can do something. But for this calf, you need very good supplementation. Of course, with the high energy and also high protein diet, you need fodder that is of good quality. And good quality fodder has high energy and also high levels of protein. Then again, you also need to ensure that you also have some kind of balance, because you also need to have a good ration that has a balanced diet. So Napier is also good. You also get some hay, it's also good. But also supplementation with concentrates like, small parts of dairy meal, like even 1 kg of dairy meal, it's very important, because we want to balance that ration and make sure the calves or the heifers have energy and the protein by supplementation. Now, minerals are also very important, because when the calves don't get the right minerals, when they're growing from young, the muscular stress doesn't grow well. The muscles and the bones doesn't grow well. And that's why we find this kind of stunting. So supplementation of heifers with Macro Plus is very important. You have it here. And you only feed about 100 grams per heifer per day. Yeah, only 100 grams per day. Now, when I'm feeding the calf, you are looking at achieving a weight of about 80 kgs and above by the time you're weaning. So if you're not able to achieve that weight, it means the calf is not going to grow well, and that's a poor foundation for the next heifer. Again, by the time you want to, serve your cow, so they can be able to, when they come on heat and then you serve, and they conceive, it should be about 300 to about 350 kgs. So you look at this heifer, it's still not yet 300. And that's why you find he has a lot of delay in terms of coming on heat and also being served. So I guess there was a challenge in terms of the feeding and the quality also. But that can be done, can be also be, improved by using these concentrates and also Macro Plus.
So after how long will he notice the improvements?
Yeah, once you balance, because Macro Plus is not a silver bullet, so you need to balance the ration. That is energy, protein, minerals, and even good water, good quality water. So when you balance that, in a month's time, you should be able to see some changes with that. And of course, you also need to do deworming every 3 months. Now, for a calf, you need to deworm after every month until the 6th month. After the 6th month, then you can deworm each and every month, 3 months. That's the right procedure. Yes.
Which product should the farmer use for deworming?
For deworming, you can use Nissan Super. And these are applicable to all the ranges of the animal, right from heifers to adult cows or even milking cows. Yeah.
At what rate do I deworm it?
Now, the most important thing is that you need to consult your vet for that, because it's very important that you have the right dosage by taking the right measures of the weight and then calculating the dose.
So now, after we come back, we're going to find plenty of milk. You're going to follow what the expert has told you.
Kabisa.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There you are. Yeah. And the rains are coming down. This is a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Yes.
Blessing.
So we've worked with you today and we've come with experts. Now we want to know how you felt about today's work.
Yeah, the experience has been good.
Yes.
We have learned that we should make some changes so that we may improve on whatever we yield.
Good.
That would be
Good.
lovely. That would be
Good.
lovely. Now, Dennis and Lewis, first we want to thank you for the work that you do here, embracing farming and being an example to the other young farmers out there. So, have we impacted you in any way in your farming?
Quite in a great way, because I've been able to learn about mangoes. For one, they start fruit fly. I didn't know how to manage it. So now I know how to manage it. So it impacted me a lot.
So, did you get the information you wanted?
Yes.
Good. Are you happy?
Very happy.
Good. And so, let's meet again on another episode of Shamba Shape Up. Where are you going?
To the farm.
To the farm, eh? My neighbor, the last time I checked, you owed me some cash.
Oh, yes, and I will pay you next week.
Next week? Next week by foot? Where did you get the cash to buy the fertilizer you're carrying? Eh? I can see you think I'm a fool. Who told you that I'm a CDF?
No, Mama, it is not like that. This is a loan from DigiFarm.
And why didn't you get my money first? Pay me, then use the balance to buy fertilizer.
This has nothing to do with cash. DigiFarm gives farmers something called input loan, not cash loan.
Input loan?
Hey, you are given agricultural products like fertilizer, feed, and medicine for livestock. Then you harvest and sell. You pay anything that you have taken.
Really? So how does one get it?
Very easy. Just dial *283# to subscribe on your Safaricom line. Then follow instructions. Dial *283# on your Safaricom line and subscribe to DigiFarm for all your input loans.